Good afternoon, everybody. So this is our weekly update number 101. And this means that we are more or less back to usual, back to normal. Are we back to normal? This is the first week, full week after Christmas. I'm going to explain in a minute where we are, what we're doing, all about residency, all about the updates from this week. And yeah, it's a normal week, or is it? We don't know. This is your weekly update number 101. So, if you're on the live chat, we've got 10 people on already. Please give me a shout in the chat. Say hi. Let me know if you can hear me okay. We've got set back up in the office now. You can see I've done a few from home. Well, I'm going to be doing a bit of a studio there as well. But back in the office, first full week. Jump on the chat and say hi. So what do I mean by first full week? So for those of you who are moving to Spain or living in Spain, you're going to know this already. But if you're moving to Spain, you have to understand about Christmas. Okay, so Christmas really starts. Well, nowadays the blooming shops start past Halloween. It's just like the same as everywhere else. I remember when, it was a month after Halloween that they started getting stuff in the shops. But unfortunately, one fiesta moves on to the next, doesn't it? But really, the 6th and the 8th of December are both bank holidays here in Spain, and that normally just kicks off the Christmas festivities. But this year, I noticed that a lot of company dues and Christmas meals were actually happening in November because people couldn't even book up for December. And I even heard there's some horrific stories of people charging more for the menus, Christmas menus, because generally when a company books for its people's workers or a company do or something, you pay per head. I heard that the menus in December were actually being put at a higher price than the ones if you decided to do your Christmas to do in November. So anyway, that's when it all kicks off. The weekend, 6th of the 8th, is a horrible week, really, if it falls in the middle because it's stop, start. Then you've got about a 2-week period where if you've got kids, you've got a lot going on, where businesses are sort of wrapping up for the Christmas period. And then over Christmas, you've got Noche Buena, which is the 24th, which is the night that most Spanish families get together and eat, very much like our Christmas Day if you're from the UK. Okay, if you're from anywhere else and you're watching this, let me know how you celebrate. So Noche Buena is like Christmas Day for the Spanish, but it's at night time, and funnily enough, you work in the morning, it's still a normal day, eat at night, and the following day, 25th, is a bank holiday. And that's pretty much, the 25th is like what Boxing Day would be like in the UK, where everybody goes out here in Spain. Then it's back to work, then it's the new year, but after that, obviously, we have the Kings as well. So the Kings, which is the 5th, is the King's Parade of January. King's Day, which is a bank holiday, is the 6th, and that's a typical day where everybody goes out to eat with the family. And then the following day, it's back to work again. So after all of that, this week is our first normal week back to work. So Monday the 12th of January is a full first week, and then it's a long run now to Easter, which is in March, but not for us, because next week, believe it or not, on Tuesday the 20th, we have a bank holiday. But no, it's a local bank holiday. Remember that every single town, aside from the national bank holidays, also gets 2 local ones. So ours here are San Isidro, I think it is here on the 20th of... I'll tell you now, I should have had this written down in my notes. No, really, I think it's San Isidro is the 20th of... here we go. It does say here. Wait a minute. So no school. I don't know. Can't remember. I think it's San Isidro. And then we have St. Juan. St. Juan, which is a big fiesta anyway on the beach in all beach coastal towns, is actually one of our saints, and we have that off as well. So there you go. A quick brief as to why it's back to normal-ish this week. And let's jump on the chat and see who's on. Oh, wow, loads of people on stage. Alex, how you doing? Upsticks 101. Yeah, it's like thingy 101, isn't it? Steve, greetings from Stephen Pauline from Sally to Rocks Costa. We received a t-shirt, cap, and bag today. Oh, cool. Do you know, Steve, when you sent me your address, I didn't put 2 and 2 together with your YouTube handle. So you'll have to apologize, because sometimes, and we're going through stuff quickly, I don't really realize who's who sometimes. That's brilliant. So you're going to, I'm glad they got there today. That's good. They went out yesterday, I think, so that wasn't bad. Cheers for that, Alex. Evening. Here's Kev's on. How you doing, Kev? Good to see you. Pilot Paul. Yeah, I can hear you. 720. Yeah, it's the so this camera, that's one of the things we've got coming. Any suggestions for webcams, guys? Now, I've been looking. A friend of mine's like, no, you don't need to spend that much because of 4K cams. But then this ain't. If I go down here, it says here the live cams 100. I don't know. I've got to get my. I've got the old microphone sorted out, and I need another one of these for the home studio and a couple of really decent webcams, and then someone to set them up for me because I'm rubbish at that. Any suggestions would be good. Paul Ward, how you doing? Good to see you on. Robbo, I haven't seen you for a while. Buenas tardes, Chris. We collect our 2 or 3 cars next Monday. Do you? Diesel also down here to 121. I'll have to check the prices. I'll do a short for you. I've been doing more shorts. I decided that I want to get at least a short out a day, even if it's just panning over the Spanish sky, because people who want to move to Spain like to see Spain. So I a little bit like anal about it before. Oh no, it's got to do this, and I've got to run it through CapCut to put some music on it. And then I thought this year, don't bother, just take it on your phone, put it on. If people don't like it, they won't watch it, will they? So there you go. Ali, hello, belated Happy New Year to you all. Thank you for jumping on. Oh, I've got loads of messages down here. Here we go. Look, Robbo's saying it's 129 a few months ago, but slowly dropped. Cool. Kev, 128 in Matheron yesterday. I haven't noticed. As soon as I leave here, I'm going to go and do a short and put it on for you guys and see what it is here. Patrick says, welcome back to normality. Yeah, I can't say, as I'm not happy that it's all done. I can get my head into work. I feel a bit disjointed when you can't follow a rhythm. My wife the other day sent me this thing, which was a short, which showed I don't believe in the signs actually mean that you're a different person, but a lot of people do, and I keep getting proven wrong. Because I'm a Virgo, and my wife showed me this short of somebody who, she said, what it's like living with a Virgo. So somebody got a glass of water and was putting it on the side, and they're just going to get something to put in the water, and the Virgo walked by, picked up the water, emptied out, dried it, and put it in the shelf before they even had a chance to drink it. So I can be a little bit like that at times. So yeah, back to normality is good for me. Here we go. Happy New Year to you and yours. Got a question for you. What is the new digital system, and how will it affect the NRV visas and ones that have already applied? Thanks. Now, the new for Yvonne, the new digital system, this has all come up from an article in the Euro Weekly News, which no one knows where they sourced it from, because there hasn't been a new law or a new digital system put in place and anything passed. It's a bit slightly sensationalist. What has happened is there has been a constant digitalization of the process. So for renewals, whereas before you had the option to book an appointment, go and hand everything in at the extranjeria, they're now basically giving everybody, making everybody submit it online. Okay, so they won't even accept it now in some extranjerias. You have to submit it online. Now, if you've got a question, you can still go to the foreigners office and ask in person without an appointment. You don't even need an appointment nowadays. Go take a ticket and wait. But you can't submit your documents that way. Everything's being pushed to an online platform and digital platform. The appointments bookings for when you're actually here in Spain is all online. And now it's going to be moved quite possibly onto a digital certificate only platform, which would be a nightmare for us because it means we'd have to get digital certificates for all of our clients to book appointments. But anyway, we will deal with it. In terms of the initial application in the UK, absolutely no progress in making the application online and then going, for example, and submitting documents when you pick up your visa. So they have to see the original documents, but you'd think you'd be able to scan everything in, upload it like we do for the renewals. And once you get the approval, well, then documents get verified. But no, they do that in France, believe it or not. In France, in what was it? Which one was it? Can't off Marseille off the top of my head, can't remember which one, but we had to email documents. They approved the visa, then the clients took the originals to go and pick up their visa. But yeah, unfortunately, in terms of the initial visa, I don't think there's no real change. It was just a bit of sensationalism. Is that a word? No, from Euro Weekly News. Hope everyone else is okay. Back in the swing of things. Yeah, we're all good here. Thanks. Very, very hectic. I'll tell you. How you doing, guys? Yeah, I hope your visas come through. Well, let's get on to that now. The subject of visas and renewals, coffee and residency. So how many visas have we received so far since before Christmas? For the last 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks, nothing. Not a stitch from London, Edinburgh, or Manchester. So we've got clients now hitting the 14th week. London, we've got clients hitting now the 8-week mark, which is loads for London, lots and lots for London, and Edinburgh as well, the 8-week mark. So we've had absolutely nothing back across the board. So as soon as we do get some in, we'll let you know. We sent a few letters off again today, trying to nudge the consulates into giving people visas. There's not an awful lot we can do until the visas do come out. As you saw at the end of summer when we went through this sort of dry period, they did come out eventually. But yeah, unfortunately, that's it. We've been through this at the end of summer where there's about 3 or 4 weekly updates. I was just like, nothing's out. And then suddenly everything's starting to drop back in. And that seems to have happened now at Christmas because we've had none dropping at all. Renewals as well. Renewals for the NLVs are taking an awful long time, to the point where we've had to request the automatic approval because they've gone 90 days over submission. And even on requesting the 90-day, the automatic approval, they're still taking ages to come out. But we did have around 12 drop in today. So that was good. And we expect to get some more very, very soon. So yeah, that's that's with the visas and the renewals. That's our update. The renewals are dropping in, trickling in slowly, and the visas, nothing. We haven't had anything back, unfortunately. As for the appointments, how's it going for the appointments? Great. Appointments are being booked across the board and doing really, 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 really well. So all provinces are running smoothly. We've had no less than, since this time last week, I'm going to tell you the appointments we've had only in Malaga. So we've had 6, 7, 14, 18, 21, 26. I'm setting it up, as you can see. 27. Today was 6, 33. And this morning, sorry, it was 6, 30, 41, 47. 47 appointments, more or less. And that's just here in Malaga, of either registering or collecting. Oh no, there's more because they didn't have the collections in there, over 50. So we managed to get a lot. I've been out on the road actually meeting people, and at one point we've had 2 days where Christina, our translator, deals with Malaga East, was inside the police station. I was outside meeting people, doing an easy job, pushing people in. Christine was in there dealing with it, and then I came out to greet them. So yeah, it was. I was outside to greet them coming through, so that was good. What we've got going on in the chat here? Loads of things going on here. Oh yeah, Rory says I get mine at Plain Oil. Yeah, we've got a Plain Oil. Literally, I can see it out the window here, and it is the cheapest. I don't know, Kev. I don't know, Kev, if you ever answered that question. Is cheap petrol naff? I just saw it on something. I think you mentioned it sometime. Does it affect your car, cheap petrol? I don't know. Paul Ward, I'm back off to the UK tomorrow. See what date they will use when we have our TA appointment with yourselves in Malaga at the end of the month. Oh, that'd be good to see. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, have you got your appointment booked in? Jane books all of the appointments and gets them out there stage 2. So it's good to see you got your appointment in. Some people stay in the police station because I don't deal with a lot of the withdrawal stuff, agreement stuff, and they didn't come through us first time. I walked in to the desk and Chris was there, and I was just moseying about this. Oh, do you know Chris? They're like, no clue who he is. They was like, he's Upsticks guy. They're like, no, don't know who he is. And they come through us. So that's good. Alan Cares, how you doing? Are you back home? Oh no, all of the stuff at Extremadura. You're in Extremadura, boutique apart in the Romba. Oh, cool. So in Extremadura, what's it like up there? Nice. Not quite more. There's no Upsticks t-shirt. Now, here we go. Here we go, Patrick. I'm going to explain. This is all part of the New Year resolution. Now, last year, when I didn't get to that many appointments last year, and I am going to try out and meet more of our clients this year. And the day without our clients, we wouldn't have a company, would we? And I used to really enjoy doing the appointments, but obviously as things grew, I stay more in the office in HQ, and the guys go out. So I'm getting out on more appointments just to show my face. But Lara said to me, who won't be watching because she doesn't watch the channel, apart from when she was really angry on the Sevilla video because she said that in the whole video it just looks like she's eating, but she was. So she said, you can't go out, you look scruffy, you're always going out, your Upsticks polos and that, you look scruffy. So I said, right, that's it. This year when I go to appointments, I'm going to wear shirt, trousers, there we go, shoes, not very comfortable. So that's me, shirt, trousers and shoes for the appointments now, so I'll be looking smart and no more scruffiness if I'm out on appointments. And I'm only allowed to wear shorts in the office in summer if I'm not going on an appointment. Okay, so that is something that we're improving this year. I'm not allowed to be scruffy. There we go. What we got going on? How long would you suggest chasing an application, which is 13 weeks, Manchester, Alicante? In your experience, would it the longest wait from Manchester? 15 weeks is about the longest, I think, from last year. But it's worth chasing, sending a letter in and chasing. Whether it has a good result or not, I don't know. But 15 weeks was what we had around summertime, unfortunately. So yeah, I'd give him a chase now. And there we go. And because it's 134 now, cheapest. Yeah, 134 is cheap. That's for petrol, though, isn't it? Not diesel. Was that diesel? That's diesel. Petrol's a lot more than that. Kev says, I've heard from our local ASA people that Matheron is being very picky on ASA health insurance. Only the most expensive one is being accepted. Glad you sent us to Cartagena. Yeah, they're just getting strict on the requirements, really. So they're particularly making sure there's no waiting times. So make sure you've got a certificate that says no waiting times. They haven't changed. I heard a lot about they haven't changed. They changed the law, but they haven't changed the law. They're just being very strict. Kev says lots of debate on forums about cheap petrol. Never had a problem with supermarket fuel in any of my clone cars. TV asked me, I never had a problem. And Robbo says, if we get interesting, Chris, obviously, if you're on an NLV and you have to have private health insurance, but in the event of something happens and you are taken to and treated to a state hospital, do you have to pay for treatment? Yes, you would have to. You would have to. So unless your insurance was covering it. But yeah. Anyway, shall we get on with... Let's get on with the make sure you go to the right hospital if something does happen. I recently had a friend of mine whose dad was taken to the wrong hospital, and then they threatened to... It was the other way around. They took him to a private hospital, and he was in his 80s. They kept him in, didn't tell him what was going on. Then he got a huge bill and said that he couldn't leave until he got paid. But it turns out he had an S1 and a SIP card. So we had a translator who they said, this is horrible. They actually said, if you don't pay, we'll chuck you out and send you the bill and find you. And so we come to the conclusion that was the best thing to do. So they did sort of discharge him. Didn't quite check him out the window, but it was like, yeah, get your stuff and bugger off. Parked him outside, and then our translator called an ambulance and got him picked up, and he went to a state hospital. So there you go. Okay, so where are we now? Let's go to our we're already 20 minutes in, and I haven't even bothered looking at what I had prepared. Spanish res. Show you something interesting. Here we go. Let's hope that so why do I get this uploading problem? This annoys me now. Here we go. No, lovely photos. What about this one here? That's me and Donald. I don't think Donald's on today. There we go. We're in Granada. I went all the way up to Granada, did Donald's EU residency, and we're on to his wife's EU family members now. We had a great day up there, nipped in, had a coffee. Turns out the guy behind the desk I knew as well. So there we go. And what else have we got here to show you? So Julian Graham, here we go. Picking up their cards. That's what you like to see. Thank you guys for sending me your photo. Don't think you're on tonight, but yeah, just to very, very happy. Remember, they initially got rejected, believe it or not. Didn't appeal because they were wrong in the rejection, and we got it turned around. Peter and Sylvia, there you go. Well done, guys. Thanks for sending in your photo. I think I showed that. Did I show that last week? I don't know. But anyway, there you are in Benidorm with your dog called Ace. Now, we also had a couple of things I wanted to show you here. Okay, so I better... Why did I want to show you this? Yes, this here. Now, if you get one of these emails, if your email is linked to your DGT account, DGT is the Dirección General de Tráfico, so the DVLA equivalent in Spain. They get one of these emails. This means that there's a notification in your digital platform for DGT for you to get, and usually that means it's a fine. You've been caught speeding or something. But if you get one of these emails, I would encourage you to go straight to, and if you haven't got a digital signature, you would need one, straight to the DGT website, enter your account with them using digital signature, and load it directly, because you get so many of these emails. This is actually a real one, and it comes from noresponder@dgt.es. This is a real one because I went on there and I might have copped a fine over Christmas. But if you do get this email, I'd encourage you not to go to the links in the email, because there's so many very good copies that go straight to your digital DGT platform, so you don't come across a cropper, really. What else have we got here? Emails that I was going to show you. And this one here, this was from Richard. Hey, Richard. Thank you. I was going to show this. He just wanted to share his experience in the entry exit system. Please remember, guys, if you are traveling, share us your experience so we can share it on here. And Richard said, and I can't open the other one, so I'm going to, I can't see. That's terrible, isn't it? Here we go. Happy New Year to you and your family, Tim. Obviously, I just wanted to share experience passing through Malaga Airport passport control on Friday evening and ask a quick question. Devs and I first used the EES kiosk where we placed our passports on the scanner. However, we weren't prompted to provide fingerprints and were directed to the e-gates when we were then processed at the non-EU e-gate at passport control. After placing our passports down, a message appeared saying wait for assistance. A few moments later, the gates opened and we were directed to passport booth where our passports were stamped. That was it. Everything went smoothly. I was wondering if this might be because we had previously held a TIE, which expired on 17th of October, and you have already registered us for years 2 and 3 of the NLV visa. Could that be the reason fingerprints weren't requested and that they may have already been on file from the TIE process? On a separate note, we really enjoyed the red alert video you did. I did a couple of red alerts and having another couple of alerts that day. Thanks as always and look forward to hearing from you. Yep, so your renewal is still in process at the moment. I assume that, yeah, because your renewal was going through, that's why they didn't ask for anything. But they wouldn't have your fingerprints registered because of when you go to police, they only register your index and don't they register all your fingers when you go to the ES. Let me know if you've been through the system. And just a couple of reviews to go through. There we go. Thanks, Graham. Lovely review from you there. You don't need to read it out because you can see it on the Google profile from Upsticks. Just wanted to thank you for that. And also thanks to Sarah Clark for your review. We've been together for a while now with Sarah, going through your second renewal, I think, soon, or already gone through it. Can't remember now. Right then, let's get on to our next section, which is, where are we? So YouTube, let's see what I've got for you here on YouTube. A few comments on YouTube that I wanted to show you, but first of all, let me just ask you to watch a couple of our videos. King's Parade video, watch that. It was all cutthroat, that video. Cutthroat. Was it going to happen? Wasn't it going to happen? Well, in the end, we got there, and despite the rain, our mayor, who I'm a big fan of our mayor, pulled it out the bag, and in the little gap that we had with no rain, they did the whole parade and they judged it perfectly. Well done. Hats off to our town hall for sorting that out. I did a video about the emergency light. More videos like this coming up. I was there scripting it and decided it was far too hard to script and a bit of a nightmare. And once I overplan videos, I never end up actually doing them. So I thought, you know what I'll do instead of scripting it, because I was actually doing my own research on the V16 for the video, I thought I'd just record it as I was going through the research and commenting. And so I did, and I made that video, which hasn't got many views, but I might be doing a few more videos like that. And then as for the YouTube comments, let me share the YouTube comments with you. I got any more petrol comments going on here. There we go. And let's say, hi, Chris. Thanks for the advice for our son Jamie this week. He's here safely now and has TIA renewal appointment tomorrow. So wish us luck. Hey, great. It was great to speak to you both. And I hope you're well and good luck with the TIE appointment. Oh, excuse me. I'm cream cracker today. It was an early one, to be honest. So here we go. Let's get on with our comments. So we had on our, I'm not too sure. Do you prefer that I scroll down these comments like this, or do you, hang on, I could make it bigger. There we go. Or do you prefer that I do the screenshots as before? This is the lazy way. Now, I found a place in Torremolinos, so this short here, which you can park motorhomes and stuff. Check that short out on the channel. And Yogi says, awesome short, Chris. And Scat says, I saw a report about difference between camping and parking up. It's okay to park up for the night as long as you don't let anything beyond the footprint of the vehicle, like windows wide, awning open, camping furniture outside, and no disposable waste. That's all classed as camping. They're not supposed to stay more than a night, but it looks like these ones gather and stay longer. Police could make note of the registrations and move them on if the wheel was there. But I guess they're all spending money, local shops and bars, and if they're not causing trouble, they get left alone. Yes, that's it. In Los Alamos, in Torremolinos, in winter, you definitely have quite a gaggle of motorhomes down there. Check out the short I did about the storm debris on Torremolinos Beach, and I also did a video about that as well. And TD Spain said it's still warmer than Hunstanton. Yeah, it's still warmer than Hunstanton. I spent a couple of summers going to Hunstanton from being from Peterborough. Kev says, Kev left a long comment on the same video. It said one of the roofs was found a kilometer away from its origin after the tornadoes. Wow, incredible. A little short about a hidden shortcut. Check that out. See if there's any questions down here as well. Lauren says, hi Chris, great to see your 100th show. Cheers, Lauren. Can I ask a question? I'm getting divorced and want to change my name before I apply for the NLV. Will this be a problem in regards to financial history, etc., being in my married name? Or will an explanatory letter suffice? Well, it's best to try and get, if you're changing your name by default or changing your name because you're getting divorced, which you can just change it, then it's best to have, first of all, get your passport in the name in which you will be applying. Okay, that's the first thing. You need to make sure that the passport is in, because if not, they're going to issue the visa in the name on your passport. So I know it's quite common in the UK for people to maybe have one name on one thing and married name or the divorce name on something else, but make sure everything matches up. So get your passport, your driving license in the name which you currently want to be to be known as, and then speak to the banks and other authorities and see if they will change your bank accounts into that name as well, so everything matches. If it doesn't match, then you got one or two choices. If you've changed your name by default, then you'll have the proof of that. So if you went to an appointment and they asked you, hang on a minute, why is this in one name, why is that in another, there's the proof. Or you can take a document which, if you go to subject access request on the UK government website and request a passport history, then you'll get a piece of paper which shows all the passports that you've owned, and it will show your previous name on there and prove that you are the same person. So there you go. I did a short in Leroy Merlin's, and here Mike said, I think our house could be a new branch of Leroy Merlin's. Excellent customer service, no quabbles, return, good stock. We like them. A lot of people prefer Obermatt, but we're not so keen. Big Matt is good. Also, our local hardware shops are excellent. Oh, damn, I'm yawning a lot now. Oh, excuse me. So I was very surprised at the Leroy Merlin's. Hadn't been for a while, and when we went for a dehumidifier and ended up walking out with a wardrobe for my son and a set of drawers for 150 euros. Check out the short, it was amazing. So on the red alert video, Ken Williamson said, I have switched my alert off permanently. Too many times Wolf is coming. Well, that's a bit stupid, isn't it? Why would you turn off the permanent alert when it only take you 3 seconds Turn it off. Sorry, Ken. I didn't mean to say that it was stupid, but it really is. You know, you should turn off the permanent alerts on your phone. They're coming through from civil protection for something. I can show you still to this day, go and record 2 cars which got smashed up in the storms, and 3 people lost their lives in Alarino Grande, literally 5 kilometers from where I live. So turning off your alerts is a bit silly, really. They're there for a reason. And let's be honest, in this day and age, our phones are pinging left, right, and center. Right. So turn off every other alert as well, which was something else I did as part of my New Year's resolution. Any other interesting comments? No, I think that's about it for YouTube. Thank you, guys. Since I've been publishing more shorts, we have had lots of engagement on YouTube, which has been great. So I was running short of comments for YouTube, and now I've got loads. The shorts obviously work for that. But don't turn off your alerts for really serious things. That's crazy. They're there for a reason, to protect you. Right then, what's next? What's going on? Let's look at our a few things to show you. First of all these links are below, so I've just picked out a few interesting articles for you, and if you really want to read into them, they are below. So this first one I found, which popped into my inbox, was the 20 cheapest places to buy in Spain in 2025. So there we go. Turns out that Almaden, which is in Jaén, was in the province of Ciudad Real, was the cheapest place to buy, where they asked for the 335 euros per square meter for the properties. But if you scroll down this here, you'll see there's a table of the cheapest places to go and live in Spain. Now, very interestingly, there's a couple that I recognize here. So Illora is in Granada. Very nice little town. Angel, our mate's from there originally. And El Carpio rings a bell from Cordoba, but I couldn't tell you where it is. Mainly inland. But yeah, check that out if you're looking for cheap properties. Then the list is there. And another, this was something that I came across. Spoke about the scats about this on this show on Monday. Now, the questions mount over Spain's V16 warning beacon as Guardia Civil flag security risks. Yes, so what's happening is, now, I don't know, what's your opinion? Tell me your opinion. If you're watching this video now, or there's mixed bag opinions on these V16s, have you got yours? How much did it cost you? Where do you keep it in the car? And what do you think of it? Let me know. So whoever did the graphics on this, I think is hilarious, because they just basically took a picture of V16 and duplicated it a million times. But what they're saying is the Guardia Civil are warning against travelers on their own in remote places could be at risk from people using the fact that they've been geolocated on the DGT's 3.0 system, and there could be a target, especially ladies on their own. So yeah, is that going to happen? We don't know. Do they have any instance to go back on? They didn't really say in the article that there's anything's actually happened yet, though it could be a problem. Let me know, guys, your opinion on that. We've got 23 of you on still. Now, this one was an interesting one and quite important. Irish passports to be returned due to technical issues with software updates. Passports issued between the 23rd and of December and the 6th of January 2026 inclusive are not fully compliant with international travel standards. And there's a possibility that such passport holders may have an issue at e-gates and border control when traveling. My word. I found this out because a client of mine who's on an NLV, who got an Irish passport, who's going to be making the switch onto the EU platform, got a notification to say that the passport has to go back. So check it out. In the link below, if you've just got your Irish passport between the 23rd of December and the 6th of January, do you need to take that passport back? And will you get a new passport number issued? We don't know yet, but I'll tell you when the new one arrives for our client. So there you go. Again, all the links are below if you want to check it out. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this, please hit subscribe and like. I always forget to say that, but please do. And the next one, what else have we got going on here? Some interesting news articles that I've pulled out this week. So landlords in Spain offered 100% tax bonus to freeze rents. The government has unveiled new measures to tackle soaring rental prices in Spain, but faces backlash from left-wing allies. President of the Spanish government, Pedro Sanchez, has announced a major shake-up of Spain's rental market, promising landlords a full income tax credit if they agree not to raise their rents when their tenant's contract is up for renewal. The measure is part of a package urgent housing reforms and Council of Minister will approve in the next couple of weeks through a royal decree. So we will keep an eye on that. So what does that mean? Does this mean that what's the 100% tax? Let's see. I can't see how you definitely won't be getting any money back. Does this mean that when you do your tax return for the following year that you will have a bigger threshold because they're going to be returning some of that money back to you? Who knows how it's going to work? If it's anything like some of the government incentives, things like I know a friend of mine who had the solar incentive but had to pay it all up front, and then they'll get the money back at some other time. I very much doubt. I think it'd probably be something like that, or it'll be something you'll benefit from down the line. But at least they're trying to keep the rents down, aren't they? I was talking to a client about this morning, a potential client, and the rents are just, I don't know. Tell me what's like where you are in Spain, because here in Malaga, crazy. I mean, we're talking here in Alarin de la Torre, which has just gone up like a rocket at the moment. If you wanted a 3-bedroom house with a small little bit of space outside, maybe communal pool or not, you're looking at 2,000 euros rent. Yeah, it was crazy. Really is crazy rentals at the moment. What's it like in your area, guys? Tell me. What's it like in Camposol, in Matheron for rents? That's what I want to know, because all our clients tend to buy. So yeah, don't know. So there we go. Okay, then let's get on to our next section, which is food and drink. Let's see. Here we go. Who got the? I guess I don't think they need a sun cream on the way back. No. It's been misty all day today. Hazy. Neil Baking, Leroy Merlin's 30 bucks. Leave it in the glove box. Yep, good idea. I think I paid a little bit more in the post office for mine. The VAT thing annoys me. You shouldn't have to pay VAT in them, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Patrick O'Connor, surely the system should send help to break down faster than the bad guys could get there. You'd think so. And Kev said the V16 doesn't send the link to recovery firms. You still have to do that yourself. Yeah, so the way that works is that it notifies where you are for the authorities, but you still have to phone up. So here in Spain, we are in insurance. All the insurance comes with the breakdown cover. It has to. You're obliged to, obligatorio. So yeah, it's up to you to phone the company. It's how good the company is, and the companies always subcontract the same companies in the same towns, depending on where you are most of the time, unless it's something like Allianz or Mapfre, which are huge and they only send their own vans, but Mapfre, the big red vans. But yeah, normally they just subcontract people. My last breakdown experience was terrible. They took like an hour and a half. And we're lucky that we were in a place where the kids could just go to a bar with Lara and wait it out. Food and drink. Talking about Patrick, I've got some of yours here, Patrick, if I can find it. Check this out. not having very success here. I need to get a better computer, I think, for all of this. Sal Pancho sent from Patrick. What about that? Hey, that looks absolutely gorgeous. Very, very nice. Now, not everybody puts lemon, do they, on beef, but try it. Try it. It's actually really nice. So there we go. That's Sal Pancho. And tell us the name of the restaurant where you ate that. And this is from Ann and Kez. I didn't get to show it last week, but I'll show it now. Now, this is the Mercadona pre-packed Noche Vieja grapes. So everything comes pre-packed. Back in the days, you know, the families used to buy a big box of grapes, de-seed them, prepare them all in cups on the table for New Year's. So for those of you who don't know, New Year's here Eve here, we eat 12 grapes at the gongs, which is the 12 gongs after New Year. The moment the clock strikes 12, and now you can just buy them pre-packed. Yeah, I just wanted to show you this. This is very typical to what people would eat on the 6th. So everybody nowadays, you know, you don't there's not a Shooday tradition like a roast dinner or anything like that. But when families go out, you generally have, you know, very typical things to eat. And this is like what we had, where gambas a la plancha, which is a very typical dish here. More and more you see this here. This was in our local restaurant. Vieras. So vieras are like clams, and these ones were particularly done in pil, which makes them hot. Absolutely gorgeous as well. Normally around €3 a pop they are, but they're definitely worth trying. And this is jamon serrano. So this was the typical ham cut straight off the leg. You'll find in some of the big restaurants they'll have somebody just stood there the whole time cutting and preparing the ham, and get through 2 or 3 in a sitting in a big restaurant. And then Kez said, Ruby restaurant, yeah, it wasn't bad, was it? That's where we met up this Christmas. Thank you for coming. Well, it wasn't Christmas, it was past New Year's. Haven't got any photos from there. I might perhaps put up next week. I was too busy eating. And I have to say that Ant and Kez, you won't mind me saying that you gave me a very nice Christmas present. And there was this anise stuff in there. And I thought, I'll try that when I get home. And I just had it with a splash of ice, and it goes milky when you put it in. And yeah, I definitely slept well. So thank you for that. 45 degrees, I think it was. Okay, then. So what else have we got? Oh, here we go. Let's get on with our next section. We're running up to 47 minutes. Fun Spanish word. I thought you'd like this one. Oh, why is it not loading? See, I've tried all of these today. I can't believe this. I'm gutted. I tried these. Do you know what? I tried these. I thought I'm having a problem loading. I think I'm going to have to pre-load them all before, aren't I? So, but I'm not going to give up. Hang on a minute, guys. So anyway, your fun Spanish word today is gato. Now, gato can mean one of 3 things. I want to bring this up here. I also wanted to show you a very special. Hang on, here we go. Now, why is that not loading? Oh, professional YouTuber, eh? Hang on a minute. Well, do you know what I can do then? Let me try and share screen. Can I share screen? Oh no. Oh, gutted. This takes me the longest to prepare as well. It says copy up, please contact support. Well, I'm not going to contact support now, am I? Right, come on then, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. Put some messages on, because I'm on a mission to show you this. I was doing this at about 5:20 this morning, so I'm going to. Here we go. So, a gato in Spanish, you might know, is a cat. All right. But it also means two other things, which when I show you this, here we go. Yes, we've done it. Gato means cat. And it also means somebody who was born in Madrid. So if you were to say, soy gato, nací y crecí en Madrid, then it also means someone born in Madrid. And it also means, believe it or not, a jack for a car. So if someone says, saqué el gato del maletero del coche, okay, if you were learning Spanish, you might think that someone's just said to you, take the cat out the back of the car, which it does mean that. So if someone tells you to take the cat out the back of the car, or say, I'm just going to go and buy a cat to fix the car, it actually doesn't mean cat, it means jack. So un gato de coche is to lift the car up. A gato is meow. And it's also someone from Madrid. And I forgot to show you. Here you go. Check it out again. And that is Alonso. Alonso was a cat that sadly, one of my first cats, our first cats, he sort of adopted me, but he got diabetes and died at 5 years old. But we used to have to, I don't think at the time, I don't know if any of you got diabetic animals, but when we found out, we had to inject him. And back then it was 2008, 2009, we used to go to a vet, and I think it was more of an equestrian vet because it was in a town, and I don't think we ever got the dosage right, and sadly we had to have him put down in the end. Yeah, diabetic cat, who would have thought it, eh? Poor Alonso. What we're going on, here we go. Dave says, I have to go for another shave at this rate. Boring. Am I boring you guys? I need to have a shave, don't I? Right, what's on next? What we got coming up next is our last section today, which is no, it's not. It's this. 1 second. Can't forget Jane says. So Jane says about explaining the various addresses in Spain. We have a constant problem with this because sometimes you'll have a postal address, a padron address that people use for couriers, and apartado, which is a postbox. Now, how do we find the correct address? Well, it's not always possible because the application forms are formatted in different ways. The ones that we use here for immigration are formatted different to the ones we use online. The ones used for the non-lucrative visa are slightly different. So you might be confused and say, how do I actually know my address? Well, most of the time, I think the best way is when you look at your deeds, most of the time the correct address actually isn't on the deeds. You really want to refer to a utility bill or something from the previous owner of your property where you know they've had deliveries. This is very difficult because if you live at like number 14 Bella Vista Street and it's in a town and postcode, that's absolutely fine. But a lot of the time, people live in blocks. Okay, so they'll live in a block, they'll be on one floor and they'll have an apartment number. And sometimes that's interpreted in crazy ways. But the best way to try and find out is if you're living in a block of flats, and you want to try and find what is the number of the block, what is the level that you're at, so third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh. And this is sometimes confused because people call it piso. Piso actually means floor, it doesn't mean apartment, but piso also means apartment, but it doesn't in address terms. So if you go, a mi voy al piso, I'm going to my apartment. But when you're talking about it as an address, it means what floor are you on. So try and always find out your street. And you might have a street and a number. So it might be, complex Dave Street, number 1. It might be then block 42, piso 3, third floor, apartment number 4. So try and remember, you might have lots of different ways of saying it, but if you give somebody that address, and that's how we try and do it with our apartment application forms, to try and find those 4 key bits of information. If you live in the country or have any trouble, then I would definitely strongly suggest getting an apartado, okay, which is a post box. But there's two different types of post box. You have these kind of private post box, which aren't run by the town, by the correos, sorry, not by the town, or by the correos, which is the Spanish post office. They're run by private entities, okay, and you can pay to have your stuff delivered there and go and pick it up. A lot of the time, you'll find these in a lot of the expat British shops as well. They'll have postal services as well, and these are great because they'll accept your post. The address is normally valid, and they'll also accept couriers. Okay, so you can normally get them to drop stuff off. Maybe if you've got a box which is 8 foot high by 3 foot and weighs 400 kilos, they might not accept that, but generally they would accept couriers as well. Now, a post box in Correos is really good because nothing will ever get lost if you put it in the post. But they don't accept couriers. So if you have something delivered from Amazon, you will not be able to have it delivered to your Correos post box. But what's the advantage of having a Correos post box is that recently, the DGT have started accepting them to have driving licenses delivered, whereas before they'd always gone the address of the padron, but now they'll accept these post boxes from correos, which are called apartados. So some people who live in quite dodgy areas for posts are having to get apartados just for 1 year so they can get their driving license exchange sent to there, and then they'll cancel it and may even go for one of the local ones afterwards. It's tough. I know addresses in Spain are tough. Tell me about your experiences and how you got around your address. And quite often when we do the application forms, we go to the police station and they do it their own way anyway. So, it's a bit crazy, but addresses. And Jane also said why the padron address is the one that matters. Yeah. So the reason the padron address is the one that matters is because that's the one that the police use when they're looking at your application forms and they go to register on the system. So addresses can be quite funny in Spain, can't they? So Kevin the Argonaut says the only problem I have with my postbox at Correos is remembering to go there. Yeah. We've got one I haven't been for ages. And I sent a postcard to my mum from Portugal in October and it arrived yesterday. Why do we need health insurance on application if it takes 20 weeks plus to get a visa? So you don't need it. You do, but you don't. So you start your health insurance, you post date your health insurance as much as possible, but have it in place and paid. So when you go to your appointment, say for example, you're going to appointment on the 1st of April in Manchester, and you contracted your health insurance from, you don't have to have it contracted on the 1st of April to start, but you do have to have it paid and your documents in place, proof of payment, your certificate, etc. But you could start it in June. So, for example, we've got a client who's looking to come in March, going through London. They're going to their appointment next week, and we've started their health insurance on the 1st of March, but they've got it paid and ready to go, and they coincided. Box 21 of the national visa application form. Actually, when would you like your visa? Well, that obviously doesn't work with Manchester, but London generally tend to stick with it. So coincide that with the start of your health insurance. So there we go. And now we will go on to our last section today, which is out and about in Spain. We've got 19 people on, so I'll run through this quickly, guys, as we've almost been an hour. So I've got to shake this dry cough off. It's crazy. You've got a cough here, all right. So Donald, would like to say thank you to Donald. I think he's out today celebrating. But this was Almuñeca. Check that out. Donald has been having some fantastic photography over Almuñeca. That is the lightning storm from the sort of the east side, I think they are, of Almuñeca. Fantastic photo. Thanks for sending that across. And just a couple of bits that I picked up out of my Google Photos. That's what I do. I look at Google Photos in the morning and look at what I've been photographing. And for those of you who are an am I saying this correctly? Andre Reu fan. Did I say that correctly? If you don't know who that is, this guy's got this really cool orchestra, and he's always happy and and waving his hands, and just Google him and watch him on YouTube, because I was like, oh no, this is going to be naff. And the first time I watched him, it was absolutely hilarious. And I don't know, think it's supposed to be funny, but he's very comical with it. And yeah, so anyway, check it, Google him, Andre, and his orchestra, coming to Malaga on the 26th and the 27th of January. Lara was heartbroken because she can't go, because she really likes him. I know my sister does as well. But there you go. Get your tickets. It's not very often that he's in Malaga, and not very often he's actually in Spain. Here's one for Kev. He likes his cars. Here you go, Kev. Check this out. That drove past our house. Can you believe that? It was on California plates, definitely driven by somebody local, I think. But what on earth is it? It's a Ford, I can tell you that. I know it's a Ford, but apart from that, that's the only photo that I managed to grab. And if you expand the number plate, it's a California plate, CA. That's California, isn't it? But I don't know what that is. But it looked like an amazing vehicle. It says ranch wagon on the side. Is that what it is? A Ford ranch wagon? But wow, definitely didn't expect to see that driving past where I live, I can tell you. And no shows from Scats today. I always give me a quick dig, but please check out our video from Monday, where we talk about e-scooters and what's happening driving in Spain this year, and the overtaking video that Scats did, which we kind of concluded was the information that was out there from Euro Weekly News. We couldn't find any official sources about it at all. One of the things that I am going to try and research is crossing a permanent white line. It was always finable, and now they said that you can, to overtake a bike, actually cross a permanent white line, but it's safe to do so. Right, and there's nothing again. Oh, there I am. Then just to say happy birthday to my son Raul. It's his birthday on Saturday, and Raul has been working away here. I hope he's been working away, not doing YouTube. Have you been doing the working? More or less. Just Raul, tell us what you're doing for your birthday.
Well,
if you've got 22 people still on, so if you've got, say, because obviously this is for all the family, the channel and stuff, got kids, got grandkids, lots to do in Malaga for a birthday party. What have you chosen?
Well, out of everything, I always love to do like home pies, but this year, since we're moving and all that, we can't really do one. So
boxes everywhere still.
Yeah. But like, what's your birthday about? Oh, it's about moving boxes into the garage.
Yeah, we're not doing a moving boxes party, are we? No.
Well, we decided to go.
I'm moving to the bin. Go on, sorry.
Going to Benalmádena, to this prison island where we do like a laser tag and an escape room. So we got like an hour and a half of like escape room. I think we get like split up into groups and that. And then we have like 3 rounds of laser tag, and I'm hoping to grab a gun and start shooting Isla repeatedly. But
Isla being your sister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's not very nice. Is it?
Well, it's very nice when your sister hit you with a Hoover.
Well, yes, that's true. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was in 1989. So, yeah. So anyway, happy birthday, feliz cumpleaños, Raul. Enjoy your birthday. 12 years old. Next year, get serious. Off to high school. So Raul's 12. Here, the schooling system is. Raul's going to remind me now for anybody who's watching who's got kids. So Raul's in a public school up the road from here, and you start in. Where do you start? So you start in preschool. What's that called here? It's called when you're 3. What's that called? Kindergarten.
Oh, kindergarten, yeah.
Yeah, in Spanish. Guarderia? No, what's
No,
it?
that was before 3 years old.
Okay, so before 3 years old, you go to a guarderia.
Infantil.
That's it. So you go to a guarderia until you're 3. Then you go to infantil for how many years?
3,
3 years.
3, 4, and 5.
3, 4, and 5 is infantil.
They're not even bothered to like be like first, second, and third of infant. No, it's like the grades are third, 3 years old, 4 years old, and 5 years old. So those are the grades.
And I'm just putting some comments up that you guys might find interesting as well. And so after it's first, so that's up to 6th grade. Then after that, you're at 6. Where'd you go?
You just completely skipped. So.
Oh, did I? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so after doing 5 years old, you graduate, but you stay in like the same school, or sometimes you have to change schools because sometimes infantil and primary school are not in the same school. But in my occasion, it was.
Yeah.
So you graduate and you spend 6 years, 1st to 6th grade, just doing studying and all that. And then you graduate, you have another 4 years in high school. They don't even do 7th, 8th.
4 years?
Yeah, 4 years.
I thought it was 5 years.
4.
Oh, so in the UK, it's 5, isn't it? So you go earlier, 1 year early. All right, so you got 4 years in high school.
Yeah.
And you graduate. Yeah.
Well, they don't.
But you better do. Go on.
Don't worry, I'm not like you anymore.
Go on. So you're going to graduate, and then what happens?
And then you get 2 years of, I have no clue what's called in English, but it's bachillerato.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to continue your studying, you go to university.
Which you'll do in Malaga, maybe. Yeah, but I hope it's in Malaga, because if you go further away than Malaga, then your mum's going to be living somewhere else.
You don't want to be moving,
no,
do you?
No. Well, I'm quite happy here now, but yeah. So it's back. So now you go. Bachillerato is no. So it's ESO first, isn't it?
Yeah, that's high school.
Yeah, and then bachillerato, and then grado superior or something like that, isn't it? University. So there you go, guys. That is what's going to happen if your kids are here in. I'm learning. It's really embarrassing when I get to the school and I say, I'm here to pick up my son. They say, what year is he? And I'm like, I don't know. What's the oldest ones? But never mind. There we go. All right, then, guys.
One time I was in 5th grade and he and he went and
picked up the wrong kid. No, I didn't know.
Nah. But he went. I heard him and he went to one of the teachers and went, I'm looking for Raul. He's in 7th grade and I was still in 5th grade. There
isn't 7 grades, is there?
Yeah, but you said 7th, remember?
They're confusing. They were like, we don't have 7 grades. Are you sure you're in the right school? Like, yes, don't worry. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Thanks. We've got 24 people still on. Thanks for watching. We've got to go. And that's it. So we are next Tuesday is a bank holiday, so the office will be closed. Honest truth is, it's enough bank holiday, so we will be working, but we use these days just to catch up. I'll be working at home.
There was a bank holiday.
Yeah, next Tuesday is dear son. You're off school. Which you know what that means. If you're off school next Tuesday, there's going to be plenty of people this weekend from Alarin will go. They won't take the kids on Monday. They have a long weekend, and it's just after Christmas. But unfortunately for us, it's the close of the last quarter on the 20th. So the same day as the bank holiday is the same last day for the accounts. So we will be working. The kids will be off, but we'll be working behind closed doors. And kiss say ta-ta for now. And then it's normal run all the way up to Easter, though we do have what they call Semana Blanca in between the 21st of February for a week. The kids are off school, and it's the week that everybody hates here if you're a parent, because they don't give anybody any sort of holiday. It's just got to find somewhere for the kids. But lucky enough, Raul's old enough now to get here and do some work on the computer for us.
And whenever he's hungry, just send me over to Burger King. That's just down there. Get him a burger.
Oh, we're going to get so much trouble if your mum watches this. Okay. Thank you, guys. We will speak to you all next week for weekly update number 102.